everybody? It's your boy Shelter, y'all. You know what? I've been trying to avoid making a fucking video about this just dumb bitch this entire time because I don't feel like it's been worth my time, it's been worth my effort or anything like that. But now I just I'm just done with this. I'm just done with this shit. So as of today, Erica KINSMAN has decided to move forward in a civil suit against Jameis Winston for rape or whatever. You know what? This bitch, like, fuck, you know what? Seriously, fuck this girl. The reason I say fuck this girl is because the thing is, in this country, what sucks about being a male is that you're guilty until proven innocent. And that's just the way it is. And the problem with it as well, too, is that when girls like this come forward and make these bullshit false claims, it makes it to where real women who have actually been raped, that deters them from going forward because people feel like they're going to get laughed at or like that nobody's going to believe them and everything like that. So let's just go through this. I'm going to make this very brief because, you know, unless you've read the 86 pages of evidence like I have, which most people have not who commented on this, then you're not going to put it. But let's just start off this way. So the girl's story has changed 3 fucking times. So when she first initially reported the rape or whatever, it was her friend that called on the phone to the Tallahassee Police Department, and in the report, I'm not the Tallahassee Police Department, but the Florida State University Police Department. So she reported it to the Florida State University Police or whatever, and since it was an off-campus incident, the university police had to transfer it over to the Tallahassee Police Department. But in the report that she gave to UPD, it basically said that she was at a party and got hit over the head, and then the next thing that she knew, that she was in a fucking dorm room with some random guy that she had never met before. That was the first story. So when Detective Angulo from the Tallahassee Police Department gets there or whatever, he basically realizes, you know what, she's a little too weary, you know, to give, you know, a statement or anything like that. So what they did was they collected her, they collected her underwear and like all the standard procedure for a rape kit, took her down to the Tallahassee Memorial Center. They did a rape kit that same fucking night, which for some damn reason in every fucking media report seems to conveniently get omitted, that they did a rape kit on the girl that night. And then Detective Angulo ended it from there and decided he would come back the next day and get her statement. So he came back the next day, he got a statement from her, and now this is where her story changed for the second time. So her story says that she was at Potbelly's, and that which Potbelly's, if you've ever been to Tallahassee or if you went to FSU, you know where that's at. It's a kind of shitty spot, realistically, but I mean, it's a nice little good spot. I mean, I personally like the corner pocket, but that's another story for another day. So she goes to fucking Potbelly's. This is what she says. She goes to Potbelly's and she's there, and she gets a shot from some random guy or whatever, and then the next thing that she knows, that she's in the back of a cab, and she's in somebody's dorm room or whatever, and she was being raped or whatever. She says that she feels like he was using a condom or whatever, and that she remembers a little Indian boy, an Indian looking boy with dreads or whatever coming in, trying to tell Jameis Winston to stop or whatever, and then Jameis Winston got up and closed the door and then moved her into the bathroom where, you know, everything else ensued and everything like that. Now, here's the problem where holes get punched into this bitch's fucking story, and I don't like calling a female out of their name, but this fucking bitch, this is where the shit gets her story just gets completely just torn apart. So she says that she was at Potbelly's and that she fucking got a shot from somebody that she didn't know, when in her friend's sworn testimony to the investigator, Jason Newland or whatever, he says that he was the one that bought her the frickin' shot. And then her friend Jenna Weisberg or whatever, who was also investigated as well too, she straight up told him that like they were drinking together and that she wasn't drunk or didn't appear to be drunk and everything like that, because she's not that kind of girl. Even their friend Marcus even said that the girl did not appear to be drunk and everything like that. You know why that's convenient? Because Ronald Darby and fucking Chris Casher both said in their sworn affidavits that she willingly got into the cab and that she did not appear to be drunk, or she wasn't drunk. She was able to completely hold a conversation, and that she was with the willing party for Jameis Winston and everything like that. That's the first part. Now, mind you, neither one of these two friends, Jameis Winston's teammates and her friends, neither one of them saw each other and neither one of them knew each other. So their stories are adding up. Then the next thing was as well too, her friend Jenna Weisberg or whatever the fuck her name was, Monique Kessler, whatever the fuck this girl's name is. I'm not gonna go into their names. They went in and said that this girl Erica was left with Jameis Winston all on her own or whatever, because she looked back at her and asked her, hey, should I leave with this guy or whatever? And she was like, well, it's up to you. And then her friend turned around, the next thing she knows, she was gone or whatever. So she, according to her friend, voluntarily fucking left. Now, according to Chris Casher and according to Ronald Darby, now mind you, neither one of these two entities know anything that each other is fucking saying. They fucking said that she left and went with them all on their own. That's what Ronald Darby and Chris Casher said. So she goes to their fucking room. Now they get there. Now Chris Casher and Ronald Darby said that she was observed to be on top of Jameis Winston and that she was giving him oral sex or whatever, and that she was the willing party. That's what was said. Now that's now according to what her friend said and according to what she said, she left on her own, and we can prove that portion right there. Now, she said she was hit over the head. When they did the rape kit and they did like the medical examination of her, there was no fucking consistent bruises or any scarring on her head or anything like that. And the only bruises that were observed were bruises on her knees or whatever and on her elbows. And they, according to like the medical examiner or whatever, the bruises on her elbow, like if they were consistent of somebody being held down, they would have been red, not like brown or whatever, so that was from something else. And like the bruises on her fucking knees, like those were the bruises on her knees and on the top of her feet were consistent of somebody giving oral sex, which is exactly what his fucking teammates said that this bitch did in the first fucking place. All right. Now, once we go past that, now she goes into the fucking court, into the hearing, and then she changes her story again or whatever and says that Jameis Winston drugged her or whatever, blah, blah, blah. It's just, this girl has lost all fucking credibility, because according to medical evidence, according to his testimony, which, okay, obviously I guess if you're being accused, your testimony don't mean shit, but according to his testimony, her friend's testimony, his fucking teammates' testimony, and according to medical evidence, it all proves that this bitch is fucking lying. And now she comes out a week and a half or a week before the NFL draft to come out and make this fucking civil claim against Jameis Winston, when knowing that this guy is going to be the #1 pick. I really hope that Jameis Winston countersues this bitch, and that she, like, seriously, something needs to get done about this, because this shit's gone on far too fucking long, and this bitch has gone too far with it, and now she's trying to tarnish the reputation of my university, of my fucking alma mater, and everything like that, and now she's trying to damage the reputation of somebody that didn't do shit. who all she did was go out and fuck a dude and then was ashamed to tell her boyfriend the next day, fuck you, Erica Kinsman. That's all I gotta say. Sheltered out.